Bob Parker's Fox Sports. On Thursday, did you ever feel in danger? Did you hear what was going on, or were you just told to evacuate?
No, there was definitely a sense of danger, a huge sense, because all you were told. So Samantha called me. We had no idea. Brexton and I were actually in line for a ride. We were the next to go on that ride, and she called me, and I answered, and we skipped right through going on the ride and went out straight back out the exit, and then we just stayed on the phone together because she told me, she goes, there's an active shooter. There are shots that have been fired in the mall. And at that point, active shooter or somebody shooting at another person, whatever, shots being fired, you don't know, right? So that's the scariest part, is you have no idea what is happening. So I'm asking her, where are you? What store is it coming from? What level are you on? All those sorts of things to figure out, am I walking my way right into it, or am I walking my way out of it? And so there's chaos. There's people running this way. There's people running that way. And you're worried when there's people running at you. Okay, are they running away from something? So am I going right into the line of fire? You just have no idea. So your head's on a swivel. Your eyes are wide open. And again, I was on the phone talking with Samantha and hearing where she and the baby were and how they were doing and getting out. And then she stayed on the phone with me to see, my path and trajectory to be able to get out and help me with the information that she had. And so, again, like I said, you're flying blind, and you have no idea what the situation reality really is. But it's scary for sure. And there's many of other people that, unfortunately, go through that stuff. Apparently on the daily, Samantha's gotten a ton of messages that, oh, this happened to so and so that I know at a grocery store. This happened to so and so I know wherever. This happened to me. So it's just not fun.
Does it make you any more unsettled to be, you make your living in being in front of big crowds and being in big groups? Does it make it any more unsettling after now going through that?
Yeah, all we can do is rely on the people that are here and around us, and the security and things like that do their job when we're at the racetrack. So. I've had threats of that sort before, years ago, and was a little bit sheltered from it. I think I don't know what I was, maybe 22 or something like that when that all went down. But you would think on the daily that you can go do your job and work and have fans and everybody come out and enjoy something and have fun at something, and not feel threatened. So that's yeah.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. I guess first off, obviously it's good that your family was fine from what happened Thursday, but how do you explain something or talk like something like that to your child who may have questions, or that's something they probably never experienced in a way?
Yeah, so talking with Brexton about it, just essentially it's hard to explain to a 7-year-old what really happened and what the severity of it could have been, although thankful that it wasn't more serious than what it was. Just, to always be on your toes, I guess, but, he's to the age right now where, in those situations, I don't even think Samantha would let him be on his own until he was 13, 14 years old anyway, so he's always going to have a parent or a guardian or something around him for a long time. So all of us have to be mindful in those situations as to what the best way to go through that is. And I don't know that we really had the perfect course of it, but we made it through it the best of our information at that point was. Yeah.
Go to Larry and then Daniel.
Larry Lage from AP. Does experiencing something like that, how does it change your perspective on, maybe this not being life or death after being in something threatening like that? Does it change your perspective on life and what's important, or?
What's important is spending time with your loved ones while you're here during the time in which you're here on Earth. So, having that opportunity to do that, and obviously doing what I do is not necessarily life or death, but there is a danger, and I assume that risk and know that risk, and my family does as well too. So you hope and you pray every day that you're able to go to work and do a good job, and come out of the race car and go on to live another day. Which I've broken my legs, I've broken my foot, I've wrecked pretty hard a lot of times, and knock on wood, I've come out unscathed to where I'm able to see another day. But man, you can be driving up and down the road and, get hit by somebody texting and driving. They're looking at their phone, they're texting, and they swerve over the center line, and if you're not paying attention to get away from it, there can be a catastrophe there. So it's everywhere. We've all seen the movies on some scary situations that could be, but you try to live life smart and the best you know how, and have fun while doing it without having that dread weighing upon you.
And I guess what I meant by the life or death, not that when you're driving, you're obviously at risk, but just struggles in a career or a season, maybe not being as, important, I guess.
Well, we're in a performance-based business, so it is life or death. You're either got a job and you're working and you're making a living, or you're at home figuring out what your next steps are. So, I've kind of thought about that of like, okay, what are my next steps? What do I do if I don't continue to race? And I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm good at certain things, and those certain things revolve around this world that we're in right now.
Go to Daniel McFadden on the right.
Dale McFadden, FrenchRace.com. 2 questions, Kyle. I guess first, how long did it take for you to meet back up with Samantha after everything?
From her phone call to me in the mall to getting back in touch with her was, I'd have to say 5 minutes, 6 minutes. It wasn't terribly long, but she was out before Brexton and I were, and then we were able to find an exit and get out, which fortunately we're close to the exit that we were parked at too, so we could just get in our car and venture around and go pick her up from the exit that she exited out of, which was on the other side.